Okay. This is great because if we fuck up, we can just hit restart.
Okay.
I usually let the stay tuned. Thank you for tuning to the Redirect Regroup Refocus Podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Go forward and we
That's
good.
Listen, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
That's right. All right, we're going to go 20 seconds. Intro. Now. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you with another episode, people, of the Redirect Regroup Refocus Podcast. Now, listen, y'all, today is a very special day. Now, as you all know, I had to announce last week that I'm moving to Wednesdays because what we're doing is we are dedicating radio, the Jeff Relaford Show, radio show, fully on Mondays, people. So we ain't compromising, okay? Listen. I know Monday is the start of the week. So what we're going to do is Monday, you're going to go ahead, download that online radio box app so you can listen to the Jeff Relaford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, people, because that's where I'm going to be at. But for the meantime, we switching some stuff up. The podcast not only just moving to Wednesdays, but people, your boy got himself a co-host. Boom. Oh, look at that shot there. Look at that. Let me introduce to you all Miss Mary. We're going to call you Miss Mary for the sake of the show.
That's fine.
Is that cool? We can just call you Miss Mary.
That's absolutely. Am I muted? I think I muted. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yes, that's absolutely fine. We can. I like that. I like the, you know what, one thing I've learned in this journey of life, right, is the importance of my namesake. So, yeah, we can just go with or grow with Mary. Okay,
we'll grow with Mary for the show. That's what I'm talking about, people. So, you know, so I'm gonna have a co-host because you know what I want to do is I really wanted some consistent play. You know what I mean? For my notions and ideas to be bounced back off of somebody each and every week.
Yeah.
You know, it does help when I have a guest, but I always don't have a guest.
Right.
And sometimes, now look here, y'all, I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Sometimes I don't like to hear your boy talk. Okay. Sometimes I don't even like watching my own episodes go back and forth.
Right.
You know what
I do.
You know,
I do.
It's not that I don't like my voice either, because I like my voice.
Yeah.
But I think it just kind of get monotonous and a little redundant.
A little bit. Yeah.
And that's an internal thing, people. Because I can listen to people all day, but sometimes we just don't like listening to ourselves.
Right.
That's all it is.
Right. I totally agree with that. Also doing radio is like, it's difficult being able to hold a show and then it's just you know, so then you're having to just consistently talk and keep growing. And it's like, I want somebody else to kind of like feed into me. So then it sparks ideology in me that I may not have even thought about, you know, or been able to explain thoroughly because you said that. Now I can dig deeper. So I love that also because it just, you know, shows us how we are truly interconnected. And we're interdependent beings, so we need each other, you know.
Facts.
Yeah,
hey, I'm with it. Facts. Yeah. So, okay, y'all. So I was trying to figure out what we were going to actually talk about for today. So really, y'all, what we're going to talk about today is not death, okay? Because that's the first thing that popped in my head. That's why I said that.
Right.
But what we're going to talk about is just, you know, how death kind of affects the psyche a little bit. Because the thing is, we have to remember this, people. We have to remember that with so many people actually like passing away, what death does is it puts your own life into perspective.
It does. As it should. Right? As it should, right? It should make you rethink some things, what things are truly of value in your life as opposed to what's not. what things do I truly need? What do I need in life, as opposed to the things that I don't necessarily don't or should focus on or shouldn't. Is this really a weight, or am I putting weight upon it? So yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah,
I feel you. Because like just recently, I had one of my other ex coworkers pass. He had retired, and everything. Enjoyed retirement, and then got diagnosed with like stage 4 colon cancer. And so once again, it just makes you think. And I also had a coworker in December. He was a young guy.
Yeah.
His name was Ryan Fox. He had passed away. He got into a car accident. He got ejected out the car and everything. And that hit heavy.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't even 30 yet, which was kind of wild. Or he wasn't even 30, or he just turned 30. One of the two. And it just made me put some stuff into perspective. And I'm like, you know what? I know this is the season for all of that to happen. But I just hope people realize that, you don't have to be so much in a hurry with life.
Teaching, brother.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to take time to really look at everything that's around you. Just take it all in and take all the good in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's what I've been taking the time to do. Tell me what you think about it.
No, same deal. It's more so about the filter. Like you said, just filtering out what is of necessity. What is considered, or what you consider as being the bad, right? Or the garbage. It's like learning how to take the trash out, learning how not to be, in a sense, a hoarder of things that have happened or occurred in your life, and holding on to it because it gives you any form of validation, or it gives you any form of purpose, or however you desire to justify it. I totally agree with, the the taking out of the garbage perspective. I like people who, or I've come across people now who recycle. I initially thought that was just mad funny. Like, I'm just like, this is retarded. Put it all in the same thing. However, because there are certain beings for certain things. Yeah. So the way in which you take out the trash is also a project, and then it's also a reflection of your mindset.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
And I like that, the reflection of mindset, you know what I mean? Because how we deal with certain things is a big reflection of how can I put it? What am I trying to say? How we deal with things is a big reflection of, I was going to go around in circles with that. That's why I didn't want to finish the statement. But I guess what it is, I've been doing a lot of deep diving lately.
I love it.
And I guess what I've been doing is I've been being more careful about the words that I say.
Yes,
how I use these words.
Yes, sir.
Because, as me and you have talked about before, words have a lot of meaning.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So that's why when I'm trying to make this statement, I'm really thinking about how to word it, because you really want to be careful about what you attract. You know what I mean? Because when it comes down to what we think about, how we move, how we have our own perceptions of life, you know what I mean? And even how we view death.
No, truth. Truth.
They all shape how we move in our hours, minutes, seconds, the whole nine.
Teaching.
You know what I mean? And I find that to be quite remarkable. And when you actually just be still, be quiet, and take it in, that's when we finally have time to actually put it all in perspective. But we don't do that often, right?
No.
And why do you think that is?
Oh, it's hard. I think everything is about, education. I think everything, even all the things that we do, is a trade. It's a tradition. You've learned how to cope from others, television. They've taught you how to be, in a sense, and then God has his plan in terms of how you should be. So just as simple as death, like you said, how you view that. If you're looking at death as this is a final, then of course it's going to navigate your course. It's going to rule your seconds. It's going to rule your minutes. It's going to rule your hours. And you don't want to be under the lead or lordship of death, because that's the culture. That's the culture that was brought about, with the fall. The culture that came about with that was death's culture, right? As opposed to life's culture. And there's a way, that comes with it. And so, I believe that it's going to be about how you choose, because we're also commanders here. We're also kings and queens and lords, stewards over what we've been given, and that includes time. And so you'll definitely cheat yourself out of quality living based on how you simply view death.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I do feel that people can be a slave to their own thoughts. And I think that's what it really boils down to. You know, in order to be a slave to death, that's a slave to your thought process.
My king. Has to be.
And if it's negative, then that shapes a hell of everything. Because now what you're doing is you're taking these negative concepts and negative perceptions. And now what it allows you to do is not just find the negative in that one thing.
Yeah.
You branch out into further areas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like this. Peace is positivity, right? Peace is positivity. And I feel that if you linger so much on that, because we talk about it a lot, right? As people, we tend to say that's what we want.
Right.
But I always ask us, and I even ask it to myself at times, because you have to have, like I said, I've been in self-reflection period. How often do I do that? How often do I peel back the layer and not be a slave to death? And when am I coming back and I'm actually going to be the slave to life, to living,
my king,
to nurturing those things that mean me well?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not wanting to put all that that negative damaging energy into my life.
Oh, it's
and
damning.
Into my process. It is damning.
It's damning.
And I was going to say that too. It is damning.
It's a perfect term. It, you know, even with that term, it brings more of a reality to the term, you know, itself. So like it provides a visual of what it means to be damned. Right. I mean, even with death, like people think that just means there's no more activity in the body, in the house. But I mean, living in that negative mindset is damning. It is death itself. You know, it's not life. Like we were just talking about how you see death. Death is actually a transition. You grow from life to life. You grow from living quality to living more of quality living. Like it's not it's an exchange, but it's nothing that is considered a loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's something it's something that you should be able to grow from.
Yeah. Embrace and grow from.
Embrace and
grow. You should look forward to. You know, you should look forward to quality life. You should look forward to, you know, your function here being complete. And there's more to come. There's no ending. There's Revelation teaches us that there's no ending. But then the world, of course, because it's operating in death's culture, it's going to teach you, nope, that is going to be it. So this is how you develop the ideology such as YOLO. You only live once. Who said, like, only somebody who operates and functions in death's culture could even give birth to an ideology such as that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, man.
I like that you say that. Wow. See, once again, the words, people, they mean something.
Yeah.
The words mean something.
Yeah.
And once again, a lot of times if we just don't do that deep dive and we're not willing to just see, because a lot of times people think, oh, you're trying to be woke, you're trying to be this.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just sometimes you have to take things into perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to try to at least take your mind to a different level. You know what I mean? Just a different level of thinking.
Yeah.
So that way you can allow those processes of new to come in. So you don't have to linger on the old. Because honestly, there are a lot of people with death mentality. There are a lot of people living around and walking in that the membrane of I just keep using the word negativity because that's what it is. To me, that's what it is. Because there's nothing good about death.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
What can come
now?
From it?
Yeah, exactly. Because the good that you manifest comes from things that are living, alive. You know what I mean? It's like when we go through the seasons, what happens to the plants and the trees and everything? They do die for the winter months, but what do? They regenerate.
That's it. Because they're not dead. You know, like you're saying, this is just the process that they grow through.
Exactly.
Being the type of plant, you have certain plants that are annuals. So they're always here, you know, but it's going to always be about what's built in.
Okay.
Like what's part of your functionality and then the purpose that you have here because your season ends. that doesn't mean that that's final. That means you grow on into the next season, which could be, I mean, what I love about the circle of life is that, okay, now because you have died, then that means that somebody else feasts upon. That's now becoming life for somebody else. So it's never death, it's life, but it's going to be how you view it. If you view death as an end result, as an end all, then that's all you'll ever see.
Facts. And that's why I do believe, that's why even with last week when I was had the episode and I was talking about purpose and everything, I really do believe that your story has the power to impact and embrace other people, because you just never know who you're going to help along the way.
No, true.
You just never know.
Yeah.
You know, because my thing is there are people who are struggling, going through certain things that are literally looking to lean on you.
Yeah. Right.
They're literally looking to lean on you for some type of help, some type of, I don't even want to say, well, praise to an extent, because you never know who has been told a good job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How long has it been since they've heard those words? You doing all right.
Yeah.
You doing good at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, keep pressing forward. I feel that we don't encourage each other enough in those aspects.
Yeah.
Guy that I work with, his name is Dan.
Okay.
Dan said, Jeff, I make it my mission to at least compliment one person a day. He said, and it doesn't have to be anything big. He said, all it is, Jeff, is that it could be something like, oh, your shoes look nice. You know what I mean? Or it could say, oh, well, what do you think about this or whatnot? And we get to talking about something. I make sure that I sneak that compliment in so that I can brighten up somebody else's day.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful practice to have, yo.
Yeah.
Beautiful practice.
Yeah.
And I want to strive to do more of what Dan is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just feel it's necessary.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I do. I love how it's somebody, but it's not the same person all the time.
Yes.
You know, because when you have to tell the same person consistently all the time that you're doing a well job, I mean, that's a toddler in mindset. Like the only people you normally have to consistently praise are children. You know, and if we are adults mentally, you don't require that much attention like that. You should already know it should be an innate thing, that an innate type of incentive that you have where you know you are. And somebody coming along saying that is just more of just evidence to support what you already know. You know, but I love that. Okay, it's somebody, and then it's natural. It's not like, okay, I'm going to work. I'm gonna make sure I tell such and such this. No, when the time comes, God will tell that person, because like you said, you don't know who needs the help. You don't even the stronger. I remember doing an interview with oh God, I can't think of it. VIP Beats. I did one with VIP Beats. And one of his slogans were pray for your strong friends.
Okay.
You know, because you don't know, like you can appear strong outwardly, and then inwardly there's a whole world, a whole turmoil that's going on. And man, I'm not going to say anything because I'm known as the strong friend, right? I don't normally, I'm the one always helping everybody. And then nobody is even thinking that I need help as I'm growing on, or rather just growing through. So I love that ideology.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I still feel that that's embracing life, you know, even with the process of death. Because now death, we don't have to look at it as a physical thing with life. You know what I mean? Ending. But death, you can also be speaking death into your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like we said earlier, words are important.
Yeah.
So with words being important, you can speak death into your life by just ridiculing or bringing down certain things that you can flip around for a positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we don't do that. I think we don't do that enough too. Even I strive. Once again, I'm not going to say anything that, you know what I mean, that I'm not doing. I don't want to push it out on the podcast and tell other people to do if I'm not doing it. But what I always strive to do is I strive to, and it's hard at times. It is hard. It's not, none of this comes easy. Let me look at the camera, people. None of this comes easy. I'm even switch cameras so y'all can have it on me. Look, none of this comes easy. This is because you have to remember when we're young, a lot of this is learned behavior. That's all. Learned behavior that followed us from when we were the age of like 4, 5, 6, all the way up into our 30s, 40s, and 50s.
You grow back a little bit. You have women who carry that in the womb. You have men who's carrying that in their sacks because they're in such a spacing. They deliver this energy into the woman. The woman is now pregnant with that form of a possibility. And then don't let her environment, because we're environment. We set the tone. So now, because you're bitter and angry and all through your pregnancy, and you think just because you're pregnant, you have a right to be this particular way, that child comes out that same way. You traded that in the womb.
Oh, that's a deep perspective.
Traded that there. Yeah.
That's a deep perspective. Now look here, people. I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad I'm not a woman. That's a heavy weight to bear. I think that God knew what He was doing when He created me. You know what I mean? Because I cannot bear that weight at all. I can't bear that weight. I think that's something tough. But I'm glad that He made you.
Yes.
Okay. Just overall, because I'm saying what I mean by that statement is I'm glad that He made women, and the person who is in the barred body, the essence of that person, that spirit. Because the thing is, you can only have two, male and female. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is, we serve a purpose, and as you even made that statement with that those are heavy shoes to fill, because you are carrying something in you. And you have to be very careful what you put out, what comes out of you, out of your mouth, how you're speaking to that unborn child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you say to yourself, well, why is this child acting this way? Well, how were you treating them before they got into the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And not even them. How are you treating yourself?
Facts.
You know, how are you treating yourself? Like you are environment. You set it up where you created storms within yourself. You kept storms brewing and growing within yourself, not consciously aware. I mean, and that can even grow down to just the food you eat.
Yeah.
You kept storms within your body. This baby could barely have balance. And what they do is they put so much weight on mothers who use drugs or are intoxicated while they're pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the difference if you are intoxicated mentally?
Because you still inserting the bad either way.
Either way.
Facts.
Either way.
Drugs is just and to put it into perspective, people, because I know people always gonna have something to say. The thing is like this. It's like we have a basic notion and understanding that if the mother does crack, that crack will go into the child. That we know. But also to look at it in perspective, look at it in the perspective of thought process, of mindset, of how you choose to talk, speak, you know what I mean? All those things can rub off on your child.
Absolutely.
And that is a great thing to say, because I'm telling you, I think once again, we don't put those things into perspective. We just want to be us. And a lot of times we don't know that being us might have different ramifications that come along with that.
Yeah, to other people. Yeah. Like every part of your being is going to have some effect or impact upon other people. You know, and then everybody's not ill prepared. Excuse me. Some people are ill prepared to handle negativity. They will break down. Yeah. You know, just growing back to the idea of things that infect the child. The crazy part about it is there is a thin lining between the mother and the child where some things don't get in. But it's amazing to me that there's an ear gate. Okay. There are things that the child hears prior to, like, you know, we watch the effects and impacts that sound has upon children in the womb. So there are things that they hear, but then you got inner thoughts. Fact. You may never have said it, but because you said it mentally, the body feels it.
Okay, say that right there. Right, say that. Remember, I told you you're gonna say some stuff into the camera today. Yeah, so say that right there, because people need to understand.
You have mental thoughts, negative mental thoughts that you say that you may not express, but the body feels it. The body knows. See, one thing you can't do is lie to yourself. I don't care how much.
Ooh, say that one more time.
One thing you cannot do is lie to yourself. I don't care what appearance or facade you put on to others. And it may even look good. It looks like, man, this person really believes it. No, they don't. No, they don't. And this is part of the fight and the turmoil that's going on with them mentally, because they don't even believe they own. They don't even believe they own BS. That's what I was going to say. They don't even believe it. And this is what they were looking at, like, suicide rates. And you think that's directly associated with something that's external. Those aren't external factors. You can have all the grandest things in the world, and Robin Williams killed himself.
True. Very true.
I mean, he had funny down to funny.
Yeah, funny down to funny.
When we said the ministry of laughter and how laughter can get you through, it couldn't even get one of the funniest men in the world who had it all.
Very true.
He still could not get past his own inner turmoil.
Yeah. That's
heavy. I mean, yeah.
That's very heavy.
Yeah.
And that just shows the mental space of people. And this is why I wanted to talk about death. And I knew what we were going to do is we were going to veer off into other things that can give death more of a meaning. You know what I mean? And other things that can be under that classification of death. It doesn't all have to just be when the physical body is gone. It leaves the spirit leaves and all the other stuff. That's another conversation for another time. We can get deep into that. But it's just not that physical part. We do have to worry about the mental part of that. We do. And also the physical part of that being, like you said earlier, the food that we eat. Death is something we have to look at on all forms of the spectrum.
Absolutely.
If we just look at it one angle with it, like you said, you can easily be a part of death culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the death mindset is 9 times out of 10, the death mindset is just looking at it as a physical thing. People look at tasks they have to do, things they have to get done.
Of course.
And they get so consumed by those things that once again, they just don't stop to think. They don't stop to take a look at those things that are more grander in life. You know what I mean? Those situations or those times where things were good. Because I like to think that God gives you something to look at every now and then. And when God gives you something to look at, it's for your reminder. Yeah. It's your little reminder that, look, your life is actually a good life. Yeah. It's not that bad. No. You can make it bad. You can look at the bad, but is life really that bad for you? I think God reminds us of that. Yeah. I would even grow it all the time. I mean, that if you take the time to turn and see simplistically, like you said, with death, the first thing that should come to your mind when, someone is recalled is I'm breathing. Like that should be enough. That alone should be enough for you to grow on. It's never going to be ideal conditions that you believe it should be, right? Until you have come into agreement with God, no matter the storm, no matter the weather, no matter what it looks like. I am content with your willed way, not the situation. Oh yes, I cannot wait for the season to change. I actually did not. I did not throw away my summer clothes just because it turned fall and now I got to buy brand new summer clothes. No, I just put them away. Yeah. And so that mindset is the beast. Because like going back to the depth of food, it's the first thing you truly feeding. You wouldn't eat the things that you eat if you didn't eat the things that you eat. Oh, hold up. See, this is what I be talking about right here, people. Hold on. Let me go back. See, this is why we do this. See, this is why I made the conscious decision to want to have somebody else on. Because them nuggets, I'm trying to tell you, it's so many nuggets to get from a person sitting right across from you. Yeah. And girl, look here. You gonna say that again right there in that camera. You would not eat the things that you eat if you didn't eat the things that you eat. So one of the things with Rock True Cafe, we had we still have a slogan. It's what you believe over what you crave, what he said over what you say, your convictions over your appetite. If you are leaning in towards these things, it's going to change what you put here because you're consciously aware of functionality. So I love especially when I talk to men who kind of, they decide, hey, I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat and different things like that. And so I'm like, it's just crazy to me because you guys love cars. But the one thing you wouldn't do is put orange juice in your gas tank. Very true. You wouldn't do that. Why is that? You understand the functionality of the body of the vehicle, but not understanding the functionality of your own body. If I put this product within myself, I'm going to malfunction. And then at that rate, I can't get upset at the manufacturer. Oh. And most of the time when you're putting in the wrong things into a car or your body, that's the one thing you want to do is contact the manufacturer. But then others who knowingly, they know they put in the wrong things, they go to a shade tree mechanic.
I know I did wrong.
Fact.
I know I did because or you didn't even take the time to get the warranty on it. There's a warranty.
There's a warranty.
There's a warranty. What he says is, hey, if you discover, because this is your body, if you discover something is wrong within me, that's so funny how people are like, I'm in the wrong body. Okay, that's fine. If you feel like you've discovered that you have been placed in the wrong body, take it up with the manufacturer. He has a warranty on you. Let him fix it.
Facts.
Don't.
I agree, man, because there are a lot of different things. Okay, see, once again, we talking about that death. There are people who have even died from going through the transformation of that. These are the articles that we don't see. A lot of that is underground stuff or different things that happen that we don't even know about or focus on. But I was talking to another person that I speak very high of. I think very high of. Okay. His name is Malachi Moore. He does a lot of my flyers, he's redoing my website and other things of that nature. Malachi is the bomb. But I also talk to him. We have a lot of biblical, spiritual based conversations. Okay. And one particular night, me and him, we were talking about how with the movement, I'm gonna call it the movement for the sake of the show. I don't want to, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to offend people. I'm just because we talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to give let me put that on me. I am going to give my opinion because this is my show.
Yeah, that's all.
So y'all just need to know that. I love everybody. That's how we roll. Jeff Relaford is one of the most loving people. I'll invite anybody in, but I'm going to give my opinion because it's okay. I just had to say that real quick. Put that quick disclaimer in and notion for the people. But even with having that, being a part of the movement, though, I get it. Everybody wants an ownership of themselves. They want ownership of themselves even more. They want to control themselves even more. They want to say, okay, if I want to wear a specific type of clothing, I shouldn't have to answer to that or speak to nobody about it. I don't care what it attracts. I don't care what it does for me. I don't care even if it's the wrong piece of clothing, because now we know that clothing emits frequencies and all that other stuff like that now, and it can control your aura, vibration, all that mess.
All of that.
And we know this now, but it doesn't matter. I still want to have control over it.
That's it.
So now when we relate this to the body, these people don't care what side effects that they get from these things. Like death, these injections that they're putting in themselves are causing their internal structure to change. Yeah. Something that you were naturally with, now you're doing something unnatural or foreign to the body.
That's what it is. I love foreign.
Yes. It's very foreign to the body because let's just, and I'm gonna just say this, people, a male's makeup is a male's makeup. A woman's makeup is a woman's makeup. But when you try to think you're correcting something that needs correcting, and it doesn't really need to be corrected. A lot of times you just have to keep it as is. And I'll say that I even go a step further and say this. You could put on the wig and the dress if you want to as a hobby. The heels. Right. Maybe if you want some undergarments, I ain't got time for that. That's your preference. That's what you want to do. But that's you. That's your preference. That's how you feel you should express yourself. Express yourself. But when you start trying to, it's like when we talked about cars earlier. It's like you go to the mechanic. Why would I put if I know that I have a 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe sitting right outside parked, why am I going to put a Cadillac part in there when that Cadillac part probably is not going to be effective in my Hyundai Santa Fe Sport utility vehicle? Yeah. Like it doesn't make any sense. And I feel that that's what people are doing. What they're doing is they're taking something, because I feel that everybody's body is a Rolls Royce, right? So what they're doing is you have a perfect Rolls Royce right here that has been perfectly sculpted for you by the creator. Yeah. And then what you're doing is say, I'm going to take something that now that I feel is imperfect because of a feeling that I have. Yeah. And I'm going to alter it and change it to make me feel better. Yeah. Even if I die.
Ain't that something?
Even if I die. Or maybe some people don't realize that these are side effects of that, But I just think that that's very interesting that we have such strong beliefs and we are willing to allow them to kill us so that we can be happy.
You know what's crazy about that though?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it becomes strong beliefs in what or who. Because even with that, right? If you are, some people are true product people. Like there are some people that they don't play about iPhone.
Yeah.
That's all they deal with is iPhone. Definitely. They know everything. They know the update. They know why the update is. They know every aspect of it. They know
Facts.
Those people, I would be more and willing to understand their perspective of desiring to put an Android piece of part into it. But they're so iPhone that Android is disrespectful.
Yeah.
You have disrespected me by even wanting to put some form of part into iPhone because they hold it to such an esteem. So there are people that really know the product. There are people that just have the product.
Yeah.
And so all they care about is that, it works. It don't even matter if it was to function a particular way, this, that, and the other. But it's those people who don't even take the time to look at the manufacturer, because the manufacturer, when he put together that Rolls Royce, he did it from a specific perspective.
Facts.
He's Rolls Royce because he stands out. He's not Chevy. He's not Porsche. He's that. I mean, and that's yet another car that is of elegance. He's not Porsche, and understanding that, hey, it's even disrespectful to put a Porsche part. No matter how much you esteem Porsche, it's even disrespectful to put that into. I don't want Lamborghini inside of my Rolls Royce. I build certain parts in this particular car for it to function a particular way for a reason. Look at our camera equipment.
Fact.
There are certain pieces that will not work for this. It's not going to function if you do this. And so it's somebody that has a conscious awareness of what this product truly is, values it, and appreciates it for what it is. And it goes back into your own body, valuing, appreciating, pride. And if you wanted to alter change, that's fine, but at least know the manufacturer's mindset before you make that change, Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Know that mindset, because you don't know what you're doing. Like you said, I'm going to introduce a foreign part.
Facts.
To my car, to my vehicle that is my body. And I don't truly know exactly what's going to happen internally, because we have scientists, we have doctors that still have not figured out all of the functions of the body. How then are you an expert?
Come on now. Ooh-wee.
And you make a change?
Come on. Facts.
And you make a change with other people who are also, what's the word? They're practicing medicine.
You said that because that's, oh my gosh, now that you actually put that in perspective, you think practicing medicine like I'm a guinea pig. I am a guinea pig.
Aren't we all?
We are all guinea pigs, people. We are just all guinea pigs. You ever think about that? This is wild.
Or even you go to the doctor and you realize that you know more about you than the doctor.
Yes. Now that is something that has always blew me.
Blew me too.
Blew me to the core.
They're almost like what is it? The call me now people. What are those? What are those people that the ones that tell you your fortune?
Oh
they're almost as close to fortune tellers, because you mess around and tell them more of the information, and then they make educated guesses off the information that you give them, including the based on the way you came in, your attire, because we talked about this. All that gives away certain energies, what you're wearing, how you dress. That's going to tell exactly where your mindset is. So, i.e., for women, when you all busty out, titties everywhere, this, that, and the other, that's telling us where you are mentally. Anybody gotta listen. We know what you're selling, right? Like, and you know you're not selling quality, and so do we.
Ooh, we going to say that for another. That might be for next week.
Hey,
because, that's the title of next week's episode. What are you selling?
Ooh, and where? I said it in the speech one time. I mean, are you a mall kiosk, or are you in Jared's? Where are you selling it? Where can I buy you?
Like that a lot.
Are you, even when you're in the store, are you on display, or are you in the back where there are private sellers that only get access to that? Where are you?
You better speak. You know what? Okay, listen, we're going to hold that right there, people. We are going to hold that right there. Now, look here. I really want to thank everybody. We are at the good 40-minute mark here, and I really want to thank everybody for coming in and really just chiming in on this episode. I know we didn't hit up comments, anything. We were really indulged in the conversation that was taking place here today. So with that being said, I promise you, we will hit the comments next week, y'all. For Wednesday's episode, we were just very in tune with everything today. So Miss Mary, Mary, I'm sorry, not Miss Mary. I'm gonna call you Mary. Mary. Yeah.
My clients call me Miss Mary.
Oh,
it's okay because they put a handle on my name. They understand that, hey, you can't just hold this cup of coffee without a handle. Usually they do that in China, but okay.
I hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, girl, I thank you. And let the people know real quick. We're going to do this. We're going to do this after every show. We got to let the people know where they can find you at, what you got, girl. So let the people know.
Yes. So you can find me on Facebook. I am Mary Selena K. You can find me, of course, on the Rock Truth page, Rock Truth Radio. There's several pages through Rock Truth. I'm on IG as Kingdom Customary, of course. And then some upcoming things. So be on the lookout for Rock Truth Radio. We will be on the WOSD network with Al Greer. Who started Whispers in the Dark, one of the pioneers of Whispers in the Dark, just a pioneer and legend that's in the Chicagoland radio area. I'm excited about that. And we'll be on Sundays beginning March 17th at 9 a.m. So be on the lookout about that. We're gonna rock the truth. We're gonna do that. And then be on the lookout for upcoming reality show type show that will be entitled, Being Selena K.
Okay.
And that's a relevant show because people finally get the insight into who I am, which is something that I have hidden for so long. Unless only to the untrained eye. To the trained eyes and the people, of course, that have been let into the circle, they get that opportunity to know exactly who I am. But now the world can.
Definitely. Okay. And y'all know where you find your boy Jack. Y'all just Google me. I'm not gonna say that, but y'all can find me on Facebook as Jeff Relaford, or you can type in Life Coach Jeff. You can also do Life Coach Jeff Relaford on Instagram. Also, Redirect Regroup Refocus is the business name of the that you can find me on. We also stream the podcast and some of the radio show on there too. Trying to figure out how I really want to go about that a little bit more, but that's what we're doing. And what else? Instagram. No, I said Instagram, didn't I?
Did you? I don't think so.
I think, okay, maybe not. Life Coach Jeff Relaford on Instagram. And also, you can find me on TikTok. I was thinking TikTok in my head, but I had Instagram. But TikTok, Life Coach Jeff.
Yeah.
There it is, y'all. We're going to be cycling and circling more content on these pages as well for you all to listen to. But we will get strict on the radio show, people. The podcast is going to be free all come, but we are going to get strict on the radio show. That's not going to be on all the time to be watched. I feel that we can get more supporters in a different way. So y'all be on the lookout for that, and I will make announcements on that. But once again, I am here with myself and also Miss Mary here.
Yes.
Mary here.
And this is an honor, King. Thank you. This is such an honor. It's about grand minds.
Yes.
And our mindsets, oh gosh, to just have Aaron shopping Aaron and in another perspective that I can look at, I can view, I can kind of bring out the depth conversations with is dope. So thank you.
Yes, beautiful. So all right, y'all, listen. Remember, it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff and Mary. And remember, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus. I love y'all. Peace out.